Hello again, friends. This is Gavin Richard. This is another video that's not me doing stand-up again. I want to talk to you all about the book again, Hurricane Katrina. Katrina, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. I wrote this back in 2008. It's available on Amazon and authorhouse.com. I have to make a quick announcement. Last 2 weeks ago, April 24th, I was supposed to have a book signing in Lafayette, Louisiana at a local Barnes & Nobles. And unfortunately at that signing, the books were not in or not available, though I thought they should have been in earlier, but there was a problem with the publisher and the bookstore, and in plain sight they didn't get in on time, so I had to cancel. And I want to apologize for those that will come in or plan on coming. But I have some good news. This next Saturday, the May 15th, we will be hosting a book signing at Barnes & Nobles in Lafayette. I'm really excited about it. We're going to also have a book signing. I'm going to have a book signing sometime in August for the 50th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina at the Barnes & Nobles in Harvey, Louisiana, across the river. If anyone's familiar with New Orleans, Harvey, Louisiana, that's Jefferson Parish, and you all know too well about Jefferson Parish if you live in New Orleans, because that's where we all shop at. But to talk to you more, I wanted to get that out the way, and I'll just talk to you some more about the book. I have it available in authorhouse.com, as well as amazon.com. For the last couple of weeks, really for 2 years, ever since I've written this book, I've been trying to promote it. I've been trying to get to, whether it be on Oprah, give it to Oprah, give it to Michael Baisden, Tom Joyner, Tavis Smiley, a few others. I've tried very hard. I'm still trying. And if they are watching this YouTube video, Tavis, because I remember speaking to you before, Dr. Cornell West, brother, please get in touch with me. Michael Eric Dyson, too, who I love to read. I love to read his books. I gave a free copy to Mr. Dick Gregory, who was in this book. And Dick Gregory has been very helpful with me, not just as a comedic influence, but also with writing, and the fact that he took his time, and he didn't have to, out of his busy schedule, to talk to me for 2 hours about what was going on with Katrina, and also the historical, a lot of other things we talked about, a lot of the historical things that he went through when he was involved with the Civil Rights Movement, and also about Martin Luther King Jr. and his assassination, and the things he really believed, the reasons he really believed why Dr. King was killed. I mentioned some of that in this book, but it's not the focus of it, but it's very interesting that you all would read about it. But just to go over something right quick, I'd like to read just the just the introduction that was written by Mr. Leon Richard, my father. This was the foreword. Excuse me, this is a foreword by my father, Leon Richard. You asked me to speak, but I have no tongue. My words are muffled, frustrating sounds of indiscernible words. Words that are silenced only by tears which you do not see. Tears that roll down constantly from cloudy eyes. Hurricane Katrina only slightly brushed the Louisiana coastline, yet her skirt tails whipped the veil off the true face of the racism that exists in the minds and hearts of thousands of high-ranking public officials. A thin, permeated veil, allowing only a minuscule amount of sympathy to selfishly leak out only when convenient, to bring about a selfish one-way idea. an idea only satisfying the whims of the prejudicial agenda, an agenda controlled by the powerful in the city that care for God, thus living up to the underlying true nature of those who would have the city all to its own. Exposed and revealed, this wrinkled, scarred, maniacal face of New Orleans began to prejudicially respond only when confronted by pressures from around the world. A world shocked beyond disbelief that the American government did not respond immediately, but waddled its way through a maze of confusion and utter deliberate incompetence. This government's response in assisting its own people only out of cries from those who shouted loud enough to be heard was at best inept. Amidst the charade of back-patting and giving false praises to those who refused to comprehend the extent of the psychological damages placed on the oppressed, there were those who stood shocked and stunned. Shocked at the extent of incompetence exhibited by the government's bumbling response, and stunned at the lack of planning assistance that followed. Now, these moral and ethical people, who have been left with no choice but to question the power-wielding forces that orchestrated the abandonment of its people. Why are we still struggling 3 years after Hurricane Katrina to come back to New Orleans? Why hasn't there been a massive movement to establish medical services in the neighborhoods that once were abundant with doctors? Why hasn't there been a resurgence of schools in the neighborhoods where children once walked and played? I know that Hurricane Katrina was a natural event. We had no control over where it came from or where it ended. Such disasters could happen anywhere, New York, San Diego, or Denver. However, if the majority of the inhabitants of those cities were African Americans, the response by our government would have been the same. Racism would have raised its ugly head and would have taken the opportunity to selfishly attain materialistic gold at the expense of the oppressed masses. Leon D. Richard, my dad. That was our foreword. I'll be sure to share a little bit more with you later on. But please come check me out May 15th from 2 to 4 p.m. And even look at the book on Amazon.com or AuthorHouse.com or BarnesandNobles.com, any.com where they're selling any item. You can buy this book and find out more about what happened. And what I want everyone to do, and Dick Gregory mentioned this to me, is that every night, at least 10 people or more, pray the truth comes out about this. Pray the whole truth comes out, not just half of it, not some, the whole truth, everything, because families need to know what went wrong during the storm and what wasn't right during the other storm, which wasn't Katrina. Thank you for your time. Sorry if I misstepped any words. I just did this all impromptu, and I hope to hear back from you all. I will be in touch. Thank you.